how do you pick between multiple offers on a house, right? So you're selling a house and our market right now is crazy hot, right? So you might get multiple offers. So how do you pick, or how do you decide between the multiple offers, which one's the best, right? So again, it kind of depends on your goals, what you're trying to get. But for me, it's always the most sure thing, right? So first thing is, on which offer am I going to net the highest amount of money on, right? So maybe someone comes in with an offer that's 10K over, but they have some sort of crazy concessions, right? So you might be better off taking a lower offer. Even though the offer is lower, you might net out more money because of the concessions, right? So let's say someone comes in at an offer of 135 and they want like 5K concessions, so you'd net like 130. Well, you wouldn't net 130 because you got to pay all the other stuff. But let's just easy numbers. But let's just say someone comes in at 134 with no concessions. Deal, right? Because you get 134 instead of the 130 with the 135 offer. If that makes sense. To help you follow along. The next thing I look for is an offer which has an appraisal guarantee, right? So most of the houses right now that are selling, they go highest and best, right? So if you go highest and best, let's say the house is listed for 150, everyone's offering 160, 165, 170, whatever they're offering, right? But if everyone's kind of in that same ballpark, and one of the people that throws in the offer, maybe they're 10K over, they offer an appraisal guarantee, right? So that means that the house only appraises for 150, they're willing to bring in 10K out of pocket to match that, right? But let's just say that the house only appraises for 130, they're still willing to bring in the 10K if, right, you negotiate that. But that's another thing to look for, right? An appraisal guarantee. Next thing is no inspection. To me, this is huge because what happens during the inspection period, sometimes people find the craziest things, like things that aren't even like an issue. They just nitpick and just bring up all sorts of like crazy dumb stuff, right? Mostly if it's like a first time home buyer and they kind of get cold feet, they start bringing up all these crazy things. So no inspection is a huge thing. A lot of people obviously don't do that unless they're an investor. And I think obviously the best scenario is if you do get a cash offer with quick closing, no inspection, no concessions, none of that, right? Because that is a sure thing, as much as it can be compared to the other offers. The other offers I was pretty much talking about people that are coming in with a mortgage, right? But again, the cash offer depends, like, are they coming in like 20% below? Or are they coming in like a few thousand below, right? So to me, if someone's coming in, I don't know, I guess it depends on the value of the house, but let's just say that they're coming in $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 under asking, or under all their offers that are financed, and they have no inspection and quick closing. I would much rather have that because I can have my money back within, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks instead of, well, ideally in 2 weeks, right? Because they can close quickly, maybe even sooner. As opposed to a mortgage where you have at least a month, right? A month to 2 months, depending on appraisals and underwriting. And right now everything's so booked up that you might be at 2 months out. So to me, I'd rather not lose the opportunity cost, right? I'd rather have my money now and put it to work on something else, even though I could wait that month and make that extra $2,000. But obviously, if you got a cash offer and it's like 10, 20, 30K under everyone else, you're obviously going to go with the other. Well, I guess it depends on your scenario. Do you need to quit? It depends on the scenario, right? But let's just say you don't have to sell right away. You got time. You could wait the few months for the mortgage, but that's kind of the other thing, right? And with a cash offer, most of the time it's no inspection, no appraisal, no any of that stuff, no underwriting, no any of that stuff, right? So those are kind of just a few things to look for. And right, if you're getting multiple offers on your house, which one nets you the most money, which one has the least amount of concessions, which offer has, if any, have an appraisal guarantee, and this is obviously on a mortgage, which one has maybe no inspection, and if it's a cash offer, can it close quickly, and is that money that you're giving up? Maybe everyone's at like whatever 150 with mortgages and cash, so it's a no-brainer. You always take the cash one in that case, right? But that's kind of the few the few things that I look for. And also you want to make sure that a lot of buyers that do come in with a mortgage, they'll have letters from their lender saying they've been more than underwritten, right? That they didn't just quickly do a quick pre-approval, right? They actually check their finances, and it's more of an in-depth check, so you don't have any surprises, right? But you never know. Some people like to buy new cars or new boats or new crazy stuff right before they buy a house, and they barely, right, get approved for the amount, and then come to the closing table and they're like, hey, you bought like 2 new cars and a new boat. You can't afford this house anymore, right? So that's just another thing to watch out for. But anyway, hopefully this video helped, and that is how you pick between multiple offers on a house. Hope you have a great night.